Let's cut across to Sergey, who's joining us from Kiev. We also have Irina and, of course, Alex joining us from the capital. Let me start with Sergey. Here we see that several areas of Ukraine, we're looking at explosions that's been reported. Give us a sense of what's day 16 like. It's unfortunate many areas, including Dnipro, Ravine and Volyn, have been attacked again by Russian forces as they step up their assault on day 16.
Sure. Hi. In Kyiv, there were no explosions that I heard last night. We're getting used to air sirens going off, which mean that the attack is coming. But there have been no explosions for the last couple of days. I believe that our army is intercepting all the rockets, intercepting all the attacks. So we have full trust in them. We believe that they will protect us. They will protect the city of Kyiv. Right. As for the humanitarian situation,
Go on, Sergey. All right, I'm going to cut across to Irina. Irina joining us from Kharkiv. Irina, what's the situation around Kharkiv? We know that Russian forces there and their convoy almost closing in on Kiev, trying to encircle the capital city of Ukraine in barely 24 hours. An attack is expected. What's the situation on ground in Kharkiv even as we speak?
Today night, our university that is investigating nuclear processes was attacked and there was a big fire. Also, our sleeping massives were bombed as last last 2 weeks already. Now I can say that already 300 buildings are already destroyed, and our major is now thinking where to put people when they will come back to Kharkiv after the victory, because it's really big city now, Kharkiv, and a lot of people don't have their houses now, and had to flee from our city. Also, our center of our city, which is a big, peaceful, progressive, active city, is absolutely destroyed. And maternity center, cancer center, hospitals were attacked during these 2 weeks. And we are sure that it is one of the instruments to make people panic, to make people cry, run, also kids. But our city is united as never now, and all forces like army and non-governmental organizations, volunteers, major, our local parliament, all of them are very united and are ready to fight, because nobody here wants a Russian peace or something like that. So we are ready to fight. And
well, Irina, we know it's day 16. I'd like to ask you about the spirits. Many of those civilians there, including yourself, part of the territorial army, you're standing up for your country, you're wanting to fight and protect your people. What's the mood among those civilians who really stood up, taking up arms to fight and protect for their country? It's day 16 and Russia seems relentless.
The mood is, they're very motivated. And they also are ready to do everything as they can. There is no panic, and our army is much better organized, much better educated, and it's really high quality now. due to this war and due to help of our partners and of other countries, European and USA, Canada, we now have enough weapon. The only weak place now, it's our sky. So because of it, we ask all leaders in the world to help us to close the sky, because on the ground we are much stronger now than Russian army. You can compare like photos of our soldiers and of Russian soldiers, but the sky is still a very big place, because Russia uses Belarusian territory, and a lot of airplanes and a lot of rockets start from Belarusian territory, and Lukashenko tolerates this, and this is where we can't do everything we want.
Right.
This is the only.
Irina, we've heard appeals from President Zelenskyy time and again. Even yesterday, when children's hospital in Mariupol was bombarded, we heard Zelenskyy calling this absolute atrocity, an attempt to genocide, and an appeal again going out to many of those Western countries to step in. Any help coming your way in any form as yet?
Our administration, our government tries to organize humanitarian corridors for such cities as Chernihiv, Sumy, Izyum, it's Kharkiv region, it's near us, and also Mariupol, because really they are blocked. And it is very difficult to help people there to get supplies and get food and water, etc. But it is very difficult to organize these corridors, because Russia doesn't keep their promises, and they start to kill people, the whole families, during their try to evacuate. And I'm sure that you saw these pictures from Irpin, from Bucha, from Vorzel, it's Kyiv region, where people were really killed in their cars, near their houses, just because they wanted to leave the city, right. Which is blocked, and the worst situation is now in Mariupol, because there people for already 2 weeks are without food, without water, without heat, without electricity, and we think that Russia's aim is to get Mariupol in any price. Because they want to have at least one city, because now they don't have no city, no big city. They didn't got no big city, no Kharkiv, no Kyiv, no Sumy, no Chernihiv, no Mykolaiv, no Odessa, nothing. And they want to block Mariupol, I think, to the death. But of course, we try, but it is very difficult with them to speak. Yesterday, Kuleba, right. Our Minister of Foreign Affairs, Kuleba, talked to Lavrov, and there was no result, because they did not allow even for peace, even for one day. Yeah. Just to evacuate people, they did not allow it.
Well, we know these are really tough situations, but you're really fighting this in the face of all the hostilities. Do stay with us. Let me cut across to Alex, who's a citizen from Kyiv. Alex, we know that millions of them, civilians, locals who are fleeing your capital city. It's very upsetting to see many of them leave behind their entire life to move out to safer zones. The police, Ukrainian police now stepping up and helping those people, civilians, to be evacuated. What's the process been like? How is it for you staying in the capital city?
Hi. Well, it's been 16 days since it all started, and the life has changed totally from the first to till now. So first of all, people were, when it all happened, as a normal reaction on all of this, people started to panic and moving out of the city, and it caused a big traffic on the roads towards the west border of Ukraine. But in Kyiv, the situation is, as has been told before, is pretty much calm for the last 5 days. And yes, people are still moving out. Mostly it's women and children. Not only police, but also volunteers like us are helping out people to move out of the city, to move around the city. We bring food, we bring medicine. We try to evacuate people from the suburbs of Kyiv as it is possible. But overall, situation is stable. We don't panic. We are ready to fight back. We are ready to stand behind our president. We are ready to show the world that we can defeat the enemy. And Ukraine is a very courageous nation, and we never been ever that united than we are now. So basically, we are ready.
Right. You know, Alex, what's behind you? I see you're at an office. How's the situation around you? What's the connectivity like? Do you fear for your life as you, one of those civilians who have managed or decided to stay back to fight for your people and for your country? Do you feel safe? Show us what's around you.
It's behind me is the medicine that we are collecting from the different parts of Kyiv and the Kyiv region. And volunteers, basically people I don't know or I know, they're collecting this medicine and bringing to me. I'm taking them, and I have like orders on this medicine from all people, because we are lack of medicine at all. And we are bringing this drugs, this medicine to people are in need. Basically, I can say that there is no safe place in the whole world right now, as long as this leader of Russia is ahead of this war, and we don't feel safe. But we got used to this sirens in the morning, sirens in the night, and we hear this alarm every time. And I think we got more stable. But I decided to stay, as many people in Kyiv, because this is our way of helping out people. If we don't do that, then who will do this?
Absolutely.
Instead of us?
Well, more power to you, Alex. We hope that you're safe, but stay with us. Let me cut across to Sergey, who's also decided to stay back in Kyiv, along with his family, his wife. Sergey, really appreciate your courage, and you've really shown resilience. You've managed to stay back in the face of this kind of attack coming in from Russian forces. And every day, even as we speak, on the 16th day too, we hear explosions, reports of explosions coming in from all cities surrounding Kyiv. But yet you managed to stay back. Give us a sense of the kind of connectivity, communication. Is there a way that you are able to survive in peace? We know that there's no bombing happening right now in Kyiv, but that could happen at any time in the next 24 hours. Is there a safe place for you and your family at all?
Yeah, I agree with Alex. Alex has put it into words very nicely. But yeah, there is a subway station nearby where we went for 2 days, like in the beginning of the war, when we heard shelling near us. So we took our kids, we ran to the subway station, and we slept there for the night. So if something happens, then this is the way that we'll go. But hopefully it won't. Plus, there's also an option to leave Kyiv right now. We're staying in Kyiv because we believe in our armed forces. This is our country. This is our land. This is our city. We don't have to leave. They have to leave. And that's why we're currently here. But there is still, an opening if the bombs start raining down on regular people, just like Irina and Kharkiv. That's, when we would need to move out if there would be such a possibility. If not, we will go to the subway station where we will be, because it is protected. Whenever people are there for the night, for the curfew, they close the large steel gates so that nobody could come in. And it really keeps you safe. It's not as comfortable, especially if you're with children, but it does feel safe there. But as of now, we're still here. We're in our apartment. We're going out for walks. We're going out to get some food, just to make sure that, you know, life for us and for our children does go on. Try to keep to our normal routines. They play video games, they watch cartoons. They know, of course, that the war is happening. They know that Russia is the aggressor, and they know that everybody will sleep much happier if Putin is dead, or rather when he's dead.
Right. Sergei, you know, as much as you are trying to live a normal life amid that war-torn zone, are you aware of a 40-mile-long Russian convoy that's now attempting to encircle Kyiv from all ends? Are you aware of the kind of movements of those Russian troops right outside your city?
Of course. We took in my wife's grandparents, because they're close to Irpin, close to Bucha, and that is on the northwest of Kyiv. We took them in because it's safer here where we are. We're closer to the south. As for the column, of course, everybody reads the news for hours at a day, because, you know, that's what we have to do. So we do know about the column, but I think that Russians would never be able to encircle Kyiv, as they would need much more manpower, which is decreasing by the hour, whereas our manpower is increasing by the hour. So they will never take Kyiv. I have full belief in our armed forces that they will kill literally everybody that would, you know, try to engage with Kyiv. The only concern is the sky. There are the rockets falling down on us, the planes that are circling around closer to Belarus. So we really need NATO to step up. We really need Europe. We really need everybody to step up to close the sky, or to provide us with the defense forces that would be able to take down the rockets more effectively. But as for encircling Kyiv, Kyiv is a very large city. Russians have never had experience fighting in a city like this, in a country like this. They don't have the forces, and even if they do, they leave their behinds open, which our forces used to just burn them down with all the might that we have, and we have a lot. We are very proud of our army. We're very proud of our defenders. Right. We have full support of them, and we're just waiting. We're waiting for all the Russians to die wherever they are.
Sergei, really commend your conviction on that. We know the kind of might that Russia has. Even as they inch closer, we see civilians like you and Alex really standing up for your country, staying put and not letting go until you believe that you can defend those Russian forces who are just about meters, maybe miles away from your city. Let's see what happens. We're going to slip into a short break. We'll be right back with a lot more updates as our India Today reporters on ground, bringing us all those details coming in from the war-torn country of Ukraine. Stay with us.
Вот так от буває.